Sitting here getting my fat bitch on, and they did it again. Another warrant to the wrong address, kicking the door in, and the occupant now is unalived. And that occupant had nothing to do with the crime. I'll tell you the backstory on this. Now, in London, Kentucky, around the 23rd of December, a judge had his garage broken into. He leased out space in his garage to a friend who does lawn maintenance. That garage got broken into. A few things were stolen. Among them, a weed eater and a heater. It just so happens that a former employee of the person who owns the lawn maintenance company was the perpetrator. And they actually caught him fairly quickly. And he admitted to it. Yeah, he did it. He did not tell them where the equipment was, but they had him in custody. Now, somehow, they got a warrant issued for a weed eater. I'm not sure if that's because it was the judge's property that was broken into, because I can guarantee you that in Omaha, that if I lost my weed eater, the police would be like, well, isn't that too bad? We'll see if it ever shows up. I mean, that's about it. So they issue a warrant. And interesting factoid too, the London police decided that they would no longer use body cams after, I believe it was March of 2023. So there's no body cam because, apparently the boys and girls in blue get in trouble for stuff like that. It shows all their fuck shit. So they got a warrant issued to look for this weed eater. And you can hear on the 911 tape multiple times the 911 dispatcher is saying, or the police dispatcher is saying, it's 489 and then the street name. And these doofuses roll up to 511. At least 4 times on that tape, the dispatcher is saying, it's 489. It's 489. Yes, the 489 is where the warrant's for. So they surround the house, kick the door in, over a weed eater. And within 1 minute, the occupant was unalived. And then come to find out, the actual warrant was for address 514 on that street. Well done, London police. Well done. This is Doug Harless. That night, on the 23rd, he was guilty of sleeping in his bed in his house. And of course, the police are clutching their pearls and saying, oh, he had a gun. Kentucky has castle doctrine. He was sound asleep, and all he knew was that somebody kicked his door in. If he reached for his piece, I'd have done the same thing. When we say defund the police, what that really means is they need to have funds allocated differently. They need training, not just on a range. They need some training, apparently, in how to read an address. And they need training in, should we really, have a no-knock warrant for a weed eater? A weed eater? This man died for a weed eater. Make that make sense. Make that make sense.